Morning y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Tom and I run the MNRTMO shop where I sell the exact tools and presets that I use to speed up my workflow for creators just like you with unique drag and drop presets that'll make your edits feel 10 times better with 5 times less work. Today I'm going to be presenting my new plugin called FXVault. And basically what it does is save you time on pointless actions such as digging through menus, adding adjustment layers, solids, nulls, trimming them, organizing them, etc. It does it all pretty much in one click. Basically the struggle that I was having in the past with After Effects was just losing a bunch of time on layer blocks. I probably use between 40 to 50 layer blocks per project, such as adjustment layers, solids, null object, cameras, lights, etc. you name it. And every time that I wanted to create them, I would just lose like 15 to 20 seconds clicking around, finding it in the menu, adding it to the composition, and then trimming it to my selected layer and organizing everything. So I would lose 10 to 15 seconds. And then that made me realize that stacking that over time, like if I were to use 50 layer blocks per project and I'm losing 15 to 20 seconds each time, that quickly adds up to like 15 to 30 minutes lost per project. And if you add up the amount of projects that you do, plus the time that you're losing making these layer blocks, then damn, I wouldn't even know how many hours you would lose. Or even like the struggle whenever, your comp is full and you can't even like right click to add a new layer block. You have to go all the way up to the menu, add in the block, and then trim it and all that. It's just a hassle. And that's what made me realize this was a problem and it was making me lose time in my editing. And that is time that I lost that I could have spent editing, trying to land more clients, or even just making deadlines quicker. I've tried other plugins that help speed up your workflow or whatever, but none of them really met my needs. So I basically had to take matter into my own hands and create the solution for myself. And now I'm just going to show you exactly how it works and why it's so amazing. So we're just going to hop right into After Effects and break everything down. All right, so now that I'm inside of After Effects, as you can see, we have FXVault pulled up right here, and I'm going to quickly show you how to install it. So let me just close the panel. And what you want to do basically is come over to your After Effects folder, which should be in Applications, Adobe After Effects. Then you want to go to Scripts, Script UI Panels, and you're just going to throw it in there right here. You're going to close After Effects, refresh it, and then inside of After Effects, you're going to come up to Window and scroll all the way down, and you should see FXVault version 5.2, and you just want to click that, and you can place it wherever you want. You can place it here if you want, or over here, but personally I like to have it right next to my composition so I can just quickly access these buttons. And yeah, I'm just going to quickly go over each button, what they do, and why it is better than the base After Effects solution. So the first button right here is a undo pre-comp button, and the next one is a pre-compose, and both of these buttons are smart tools, which means it's going to auto trim and auto place itself in the right places. So for example, with base After Effects, let's say I want to pre-compose this green one. It's already a pre-comp, but if I were to pre-compose it again, I would click pre-compose, move all attributes into the new composition. And as you can see, it just stretches out to the entire length of the composition. So you're not really sure where it ends, where it starts, and it's just difficult to trim. And if you don't trim it, everything just stacks and it's just a big mess afterwards, and you don't want that. So we're gonna undo that, and I'm gonna show you how quick and simple it is with FXVault. Like literally, I would just click this button right here and it auto cuts, auto pre-comps everything in a single click, and we have everything inside of here. So that's how it works. And with the UNC button, if I were to just click UNC, it would just undo the pre-comp and it just goes back to the original state it was in. So basically these two buttons right here are smart tools for pre-composing and uncomposing, if you want to put it that way. And the next ones that we have right here are going to be camera, which auto adds a camera into your sequence right here. So we have it right there. And then null basically just adds in a null object right here on top. And all of these buttons are auto trim. So for example, if you're not selected on anything, it's going to take the whole length of the comp. But for example, if I were to select this little green one again, and if I were to click null, the null will just go right on top, auto trimmed just as you need. And then we have the shape button, which lets you add a shape layer into your comp. We have solid, which just adds in a solid. We have text that adds in a text. And for some reason in my After Effects, my text anchor point is never set correctly. I don't know why. If anybody knows how to fix that, just let me know. I would love to get that fixed. We have this. We also have adjustment layer with also, like I said before, the smart trim function. So if I wanted to add an adjustment layer on top of this adjustment layer that I've selected right here, I would just click adjustment layer and you can just add as many as you want or whatever. It all auto trims. And if you want a full length one, you can just click it like this and it'll add it to the top. So that is basically it for this first row and the second row right here, and we're going to hop into the third one. So the first one and the third one is the split button, which basically just allows you to select a point and just split like this. And then we have the trim button right here that trims the layer start to the playhead. So if I were to click trim right here, as you can see, it just trims the whole layer to the playhead. So if I were to put the playhead right here and click trim again, it would just trim right there. And then we have the in and out buttons, which are my personal favorites because they're just a bit easier. For example, I would just click in right here, my comp would start here, and if I wanted to end my comp right here, I would just click here, and then we have our comp. And if I wanted to, I could just trim the area and just have the entire comp right here. So that is it for the third row. And hopping into the fourth row with the first button, we have duplicate, which basically just duplicates your layer, as you can see. And we also have the center button next. So if I were to just drag this like right here, and if I were to click center, it would just put it back in the center, perfectly centered, height and everything. So yeah, this one is pretty useful, especially for text and all that. And then we have the solo button, which basically turns off every single layer except the one that you're selected on. So if I were to click solo on this one, as you can see, all of the other layers are hidden. And then next we have the light button, which basically adds in a light to your composition right here. And for the fifth row, these are just effects that I like to use and I just don't want to have to search up every time. So we have blur, which basically adds a Gaussian blur, as you can see, with a value of 24, and you can either crank that up, keyframe it, do whatever you like. It just gives you the base starting point so you can really tweak it to your desire. And then after that, we have lumetri color. So one-click lumetri color is pretty nice. We also have tint, which adds in a tint and a hue and saturation. So you can really have full control. Like let's say if I wanted to map the white to red and I wanted to change the saturation a bit, make that a bit more intense, or even play with the master hue, you can do it all in here and it always looks flawless. So the tint button is pretty cool. And my personal favorite one is the transform button, because I'm always adding transform all the time to no matter what layer. I'm always adding this effect. So just having it right here, one click away, is such a time saver for making shakes, crash zooms, etc. Having this transform button right there is just perfect for me. And then moving on to the last row right here, we have the freeze button, which is pretty self-explanatory. It just freezes your video. As you can see, if I were to play this through, the video is playing, and if I were to click freeze, the video is not playing anymore. It's frozen. So yeah, that is how the freeze button works. And then we have the speed button, which doubles your layer speed by 200%. So if I were to click this, as you can see, the layer just got shorter, but it also got faster. And if I were to just undo this and click slow, does the same thing, but basically makes the layer speed 50%. So as you can see, that just like went out there, and I don't think my comp is long enough. Let's split this here. Let's pre-comp this and let's click slow. As you can see, it slows down the layer. So those two buttons are pretty useful, especially when doing speed ramps, slow-mos, and all of that. I really love using them. And the final button inside of FXVault is going to be the export button. So it just adds your comp to the render queue. You don't have to go all the way up here. You click file, export, and then come here. You just click export and it's just one click all right here. So these are all of the buttons that FXVault offers. And just remember, there are many updates coming. I update the plugin pretty frequently. I'm also cooking up some new tabs inside of FXVault. So it won't just be these buttons. You'll have a bunch more different things in separate tabs. And also as a reminder that FXVault's price is at the lowest it's been right now, and it will only continue to go up with every major update that comes, which is pretty obvious. I mean, the software is going to get better, going to have more value, so it's going to have to be a bit more expensive to meet those needs. But also the thing is, updates roll out continuously, so if you already have FXVault, you're going to get all those updates for free. So that is FXVault, my flagship product that I spent a bunch of time working on to fix a problem that I had. I wanted to edit faster. I was tired of just clicking around all the time and organizing. I wanted something that does it all for me, so I made the solution. It's just a lot better than the base tools that After Effects provides. So if you are interested in getting FXVault, I will have it linked down below. And as a special thank you for watching the whole video through, it really means a lot. It helps the channel grow. So make sure you also drop a like and comment. And if you've done both things, I will send you a $5 off code for FXVault. Just hit me up on Instagram, send me a DM saying FXVault, and I will send you a $5 discount. And the first person who does it will get $10 off. So instead of paying $39, you will only pay $29 for it. So first one to DM me will get $10 off FXVault. I never ever do discounts on it except for today, because I'm really happy to be showing you guys this. Finally, I've kept it kind of under wraps for a bit. I just had it up on the website and I didn't make a video about it, but now that I want to show you guys how cool of a tool it is. So as a thank you for all the growth we've been having on YouTube lately, and to get y'all started, I am offering this discount code for a very limited time. It will only last for 72 hours after you watch this video, so make sure to grab that as quick as possible. And you're not even gonna have to thank me. You're just gonna be editing more, making more money, having more clients, and making deadlines even quicker. So I mean, what are you waiting for? Go grab it.